What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Hello, welcome to 2025, my first stream of the year. It's good to have you here, and I'm really excited to get this rolling again because I have been slacking as of late. Am I bringing the intro back? I doubt it. Probably not. Oh, the slate's still up there. Wouldn't you know it? You know what? Hey, it's the first time back. Okay, we're having fun. We're doing this. Okay, we're trying to make the best of it. How have I been? I've been good, you know, just kind of doing nothing over the holidays though, if I'm being completely honest with you. I've been such a lazy piece of shit. I've been kind of thinking to myself, you know, the real world isn't doing much over the holidays. Everyone's kind of relaxing. I've earned it. It's such a lie I've told myself, but you know what? First Monday back, everyone's back to work. Holidays are over. We're ready to kick it off here and you know, start the new year strong. I'm gonna do my 2025 goals with you guys this morning. That's one thing I definitely want to do. What have I been up to lately other than doing nothing? I've been addicted to Marvel Rivals. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially like Overwatch. If you don't know what Overwatch is, I can't really help you there. It's a team-based game where everyone plays together and you capture objectives, and with Marvel heroes, Marvel characters, Marvel villains, everything. It's so good. And I've just been so addicted to playing it. I'm actually playing it after this stream. Maybe I'll stream it at some point if I'm feeling frisky. I don't know. I never saw myself as a game streamer, although I envy you in so many ways. There's so much less prep that probably has to go into it. You just launch the game and play. I'm very jealous of that. I don't want to have to think. Actually, that's, if you heard a little bit of a blip on the opening slate, that was actually me that was talking. So let me just record this here. Okay, so yes, I've been playing Marvel Rivals, and 21 minutes ago they actually just released the trailer for the season 1. So if you guys don't mind, I want to nerd out, I want to watch it, we can all watch it together. Let's take a little bit of a peek at that to kind of kick us off. All right. Here.
You have been sheltered by the light for far too long.
Oh, dude, it's so hype.
The time has come for darkness to reign.
Evil Doctor Strange.
Soon, your resolve will begin to crumble. You'll be stretched too thin. There will be nowhere left to hide, and your fire will cease to burn. For no light shall survive in my empire of eternal night.
Oh shit, who the fuck's that? Oh damn, that looks sick as fuck. Man, they're fucking striking while the iron's hot, and they're getting it right now. So this is awesome. Darkness engulfs New York as time stream entanglement leaves Doctor Strange trapped in the entangled astral plane. Scattering the Darkhold pages, Dracula and Doctor Doom disrupt the moon's orbit, plunging the city into eternal night and unleashing an army of vampiric creatures. With the world on the brink, the Fantastic Four join forces with the iconic Marvel heroes, standing together in the epic battle to break the mystical darkness with science. Ignite the battle against Dracula with the Fantastic Four and Marvel Rivals. So that's fucking Dracula. Dude, this game is so fucking good. That's so fucking cool. Oh my god. And it's been a while since I've played a game where I close my eyes at night and it's all I'm thinking about. Like I close it and I see plays from playing it. I'm obsessed, man. It's so much fun. I love it. And yeah, I honestly, it's just my addiction, and I love that, you know, like every once in a while, like every 5 years, I would say. That's a fair point. Like every 5, maybe 4 years, if we're lucky, there's a game that just comes along and it's so good that it just kind of, I don't want to say changes the landscape of gaming, but it changes the industry of what's going on. All the streamers are playing it. It's a game that like even like, you know, people in the streaming community or gaming community that that hardcore gamers that they can enjoy. And then it also takes over the hardcore gaming community. I don't know how to like, it used to be called like the last one I would think of would be Call of Duty 2019. That would be the last one, but like that also came at COVID, and then you had Warzone like at a peak COVID time in March 2020. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, hopefully you guys can hear me as well. I've changed some settings on this microphone. I've changed the settings, which is very fitting to talk in a German accent because it's the German microphone because they make the best ones. Yeah. So I've been gaming hardcore. It's been super fun with me. And other than that, you know, I've just been, you know, really focused on my like what I want to do this year and what do I want to accomplish. So I feel like that goes in to the next thing is my 2025 goals. Let's do some 2025 goals together here. Well, okay, 2025 goals. How do I make it to the text bigger? I don't really use view zoom. No, I don't want to zoom out. Just let me make the text bigger. Oh, font, found it. 11. Let's go 30. Why not? 2025 goals. There we go. So number one, right off the bat, that I want to focus on is my mental health. I've commented on this and other things is that I've neglected my mental health over like the past, you know, few years. I feel like especially in 2024, I was very neglectful of that. So what am I going to do in order to better my mental health? So we're going to just do this in order to know what we're going to do in order to help that. So I am going to, once I get a fucking job, therapy. I'm going to therapy. Maybe like bi-weekly, maybe once a month, you know, we'll see. But just like some talk therapy. Here, I'll put that at the start. That makes more sense. Talk therapy bi-weekly. You know, just someone to vent to, someone to talk about. Like that'd be really good. Reading. Getting back into reading, obviously. I think that's very important. It's something I need to do. You know, something I neglected. It's actually funny. My partner, my former partner, she felt like she got bamboozled because I was reading so much before we met, and then we met, and she's like, "Oh, I think you're fucking illiterate." For real, bro. So definitely getting back to reading. I just actually ordered Mel Robbins' new book, The Let Them Theory. So I'm very excited to read that. And you know what? I'm very much like that with the whole like let them thing. I don't like, you know, she talks about if you see people doing something and they're excluding you, or people are, it's basically just saying like let people act how they're going to act and you just focus on you. Like let them do that. You don't need to react to that. Let them do that. And like it's kind of like when you hear the saying like let the trash take itself out. It's essentially kind of just doing that. So reading and like definitely getting I'm not one like to read fiction. So, you know, more self-help books, self-help, science. What could I say? Yeah, like science-based books. Psychology books. Let's put psychology. Makes more sense. Well, I could try meditation. I kind of like, you know, do I want to meditate? Yeah, sure. Why not? I do and I don't, you know, I'm not trying to knock meditation. Like, I think it's one of the best things you can do to calm your mind and really just recenter yourself, especially in like a lot of scenarios. But I don't know if like, I don't want to just sit there. I want to be kind of active. I want to be doing something, if that makes sense. which I mean, you could achieve through IFS and healing that way. So I'll put it. Why not? Meditation. Hopefully I try that at least once. Okay, so mental health goals obviously are like super important. And then content creation is the next one. Content creation, which is one of my least favorite words. I don't know. I'm a content creator. Hate that. Content creation. So obviously streaming, like focusing on the streaming, improving it, bettering it, streaming, making it better and more entertaining. Cool. What else are we gonna do? Streaming, like making videos and vlogs. So I'm trying out, I'm gonna start making vlog content vertically just for content, just for TikTok and YouTube shorts. Just because I didn't know where it like fit on my channel, if I was just like posting a vlog like every now and again, and maybe if there's like enough people that want me to make it into a widescreen like video like this, you know, I have no problem with doing that. So but right now I just feel like it's nice little thing, I just want to make like a nice little digestible, here's my day, it's cinematic, it's cool, here you go. And that's really and then what else do I want to work on? Gym goals, obviously. Another thing that, like, I mean, this ties into mental health, but this is something I neglected over like the past few years. I mean, COVID kind of hit hard. Like I was really good and like active with kettlebell workouts during the pandemic and maintaining my weight, and actually lost a lot, like a significant amount of weight. I was probably lost around like 20-30 pounds during COVID, doing home workouts and like that. And that was really good. And I was really proud of myself for that. But when gyms reopened, I found it like hard to get back into the routine of going. And I do still feel myself clinging to just doing home workouts, which, you know, don't get me wrong, I could do, and obviously I was successful at, but there's certain things that I want to achieve physique wise that you just need a gym to do and to be successful at. So gym, how could I put that? Routine, consistent. That's what I was thinking. Consistent gym routine. Going to gym. Love gym. Going to gym. Eating healthier. Eating slower. You know, maybe not a lot of people need to put that, but dude, I probably couldn't beat Joey Chestnut, but I could fucking dummy food. I'm like insanely good at eating food fast. A lot of people have told me it's like I grew up with 5 siblings. I'm an only child. It's like I grew up with 5 siblings and I'm trying to fight for like every morsel I can get. So I need to eat slower. It's definitely like a problem for me. It's 100%. Like I could try to neglect it. And then another thing is no vaping. Congratulations to the boy. I quit vaping. Actually, this is day 7. It's been a week. To be fair, I did it in a very smart way. I did want to talk about that. I did put that in the title, I think, on YouTube. So I'll talk about it real quick about quitting vaping. You know, I don't get me wrong, like I love the act of smoking, and I was crashing out yesterday about like I was on the brink of going. I was messaging my buddy. I'm like, dude, I'm on the brink of going to buy a vape. And of course, like a good friend said, you know, he was like, do it, dude. Because I think he just wanted to live vicariously through me. And like, that's fine. I respect that. Thank you for that. But I didn't want to, I didn't do it. So I've been nicotine free for now 7 days. Technically, I think it takes like 3 to 4 days to burn out of the body. So technically, it's only been like 3 or 4 days that I've actually been nicotine free out of my body. Points to note: life's a little bit less interesting. No, it's just like crazy to me, and like this is such a toxic thing to think about. The idea, and my buddy, this is what got me vaping initially. He said to me, because he's like, "Oh, you don't drink?" I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. I've never been a drinker. I've like gone out on weekends. You know, in my 20s, you go out to the bars and you hit it hard, and you're like living that party lifestyle, so to speak, as much as you can. And yeah, sure, I've been that, but I've never been a drinker where I came home and I just had myself a glass of wine or a drink or anything. And, couldn't be farther from what I want, right? So I'm not a drinker. I don't smoke weed anymore. I haven't smoked weed since probably 2020. Like when COVID hit, I like cut back on smoking weed. And just now I can't because of the paranoia. I don't know why. Like I just noticed I just feel so uncomfortable, instantly uncomfortable. And we're talking about someone who was like my typical purchase like quantity of weed like every like 2 to 3 weeks was buying an ounce. So it was like a healthy weed habit that I had, like smoking. And then I switched to vaping, the like just weed, because it was so much simpler than rolling like a fat joint and going out and everything like that. So but I don't do anything at all. I don't have a fucking vice. Like maybe I do. Like I cuss a lot. That's technically a vice. But as far as like a substance, I don't have a vice that I do. And my buddy said to me, he said, "How are you just raw dogging life and making it through?" And it never really occurred to me that I was. Like I think I was happy at the time. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe that's why I sought to vape. And that was my justification, right? It's like, oh, everyone has their own vice. Everyone has a vice. Everyone does something that's bad for them. This is going to be my thing. You know, I don't drink, so I'm not fucking on my liver ever. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I don't smoke weed. I'm going to fucking vape. And yeah, it got to the point where I think it was affecting my sleep. And the biggest thing I worry about is sleep apnea. And like, cause that can be detrimental as fuck, is sleep apnea. So if it's affecting like your sleeping at night, like there's no point in vaping. And just, you know, you could go listen to Andrew Huberman and everything he says about vaping and why you shouldn't do it. And pretty quick to just say, yeah, it's probably worth quitting. And, you know, there's a lot of studies that haven't been done, like to figure out what the chemical effects that are also in the vapes, because it's not just nicotine in there. Like there's tons of chemicals that make up the vapor that are going into your lungs and eventually going into your lung stream. And as Andrew Huberman has gone into detail, the blood-brain barrier. So I don't know. I'm just avoiding it. Whatever. I want to vape, obviously, but it's just probably not an intelligent idea. And I'm not doing that Zen thing. Y'all are crackheads for even touching that shit. That stuff is too strong. No, I've like done those, and like the nicotine head rush you get from that is just not normal. I can't handle it in the slightest. So yeah. But I'm proud of myself for quitting, and that's something I plan on not redoing. Although I'm going to be honest, in the summer when I play golf, I'm going to smoke a cigar. Okay. Like from time to time, I'm going to smoke a cigar. That is going to be my vice. Okay. Not that often. We're talking like maybe once a month, twice a month, maybe 3 times a month. No, I'm just kidding. Once or twice a month, you know, have a cigar, chill out, enjoy myself. And that's it. And like, not like let it run away and just start vaping again. So yeah, I'm just going to be raw dogging life, as my buddy said. And you know what? I guess that's like the best way to go. Straight edge, brother. So that's where I'm at. Okay. So gym, I'd say that's pretty filled out. Eating healthy. Did that. Yeah. And that ties into my mental health, right? Like obviously, like the better you feel about yourself, and going to the gym in itself is kind of like therapy, because you work out like all that energy. You need to get that energy out, man. That anxiety, that energy. What else? Being a better dog dad, of course. Being better dog dad. Hello, dude. I don't have a dad, so I can't spell fucking dad, clearly. Better dog dad. Just more patience. More patience. Sometimes I'm not patient with him, and you know, he frustrates me, but I'm getting so much better. You know, like I'll just kind of mutter to myself like Marv from Home Alone, I'll just and not actually like directed at him. I know he, but like with dogs, like they sense that. So I just kind of want to cut it out like altogether. More patience, more training. Whoop. More training. Yeah, and just general love. General love for my guy. Hell yeah. And then if we go into like kind of niche goals, a little niche, it's like, what am I willing to tolerate? Like I'm set, like, so I guess you could call this the boundaries that I'm setting. Boundaries. I don't want to, no more excuses. Okay? I don't want to fucking hear your bullshit. I don't care like how or what, you know, I don't care. I don't want to hear excuses from myself or people around me. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Just figure it out. You know, if I can help you, I'm down. Okay? But if it's just an excuse, like, let's cut the shit. Let's just get it over with, okay? You know, and like and why I think like this is important to me is because I've made so many excuses to not stream, go to the gym, you name it, mental health, like everything I've listed this far, I have made why I've landed myself where I am. I have made excuses for it, and I'm kind of done with that, and I'm done. And like, I don't want to surround myself with people that are making excuses. So like, so I'm cutting that shit. No more excuses from me or anyone around me. You know, just do the work. We're like, you know, if you're around me, like I don't really know too many people that are that much younger than me. So you're mostly in your 30s. If I know you and you know you're above the age of 30, I don't fucking care. Like figure it out, and like that's like advice to myself. You know, people don't care. Figure it out, get it done, and yeah. So no more excuses. What else is there? Obviously, like negativity is self-explanatory. Like I don't really need to write that down. Boundaries. I don't know. Like that, the no more excuses one is like definitely like big for me. And then it's just if you get what you give. You get what you give. You know, as far as relationships, friendships, you name it, whatever they're putting in is what they're getting back. I'm, you know, no one should have to carry a relationship, a friendship, or anything on their own. And that's something that I'm not doing. I don't think I've ever been that person, but again, I think I've made excuses for some things, some people in the past, and I don't want to do that anymore. If you're not pulling your weight, you get what you give. So it's kind of it kind of works in conjunction with the other. And am I in focus? This whole time, am I in focus? Hold on, I gotta check something. Oh, dude, I'm not even focused. This whole time I've been blurry. There you go. Hey, you know what? I'm glad. Honestly, if there's someone you want to be blurred out, it's me. You don't want to see this ugly mug. So there you have it. There's my 2025 goals. I'm sure there's more that I'll add as the year goes on. Oh, cleanliness, cleaning, just being cleaner, keeping home clean, keeping nice. Again, these are very general goals. Like they're not like one could be like get a job that I enjoy. Don't settle less. I think that's a big thing, getting a job that I enjoy. See, the problem is I don't enjoy a lot of things. It's not that I don't enjoy a lot of things. I'm very particular. I have a problem with like authority. I don't like and you know, anyone that's watched this channel, like they understand, they know that I have my gripes with the rollback of remote work and the kind of self-governing that came with that. And it's very disheartening. And it makes me so mad because at least you worked for a company, but you were kind of in control. Or you felt a little bit more in control, and that's been stripped away. So because you're their bitch. I'm currently in the throes of applying for a forensic video job, which is cool. It's for the police department, and we'll see how it goes. Very archaic application system, super outdated, and again, the authoritarian like aspect of it very much comes through, and I'm like, all right, man, like I get it, you're professionals, like that's cool, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not like, as you can tell, I'm not jumping for joy, but at the same time I need to pay my bills, so gotta get there somehow. I'm just going to check on the stream quality if you guys don't mind. Oh, it looks pretty good. Oh, 3 views, 1 concurrent viewer, 1 like. Thank you so much for whoever's watching right now. I really appreciate it. Maybe chat a bit, you fuck. I'm such a dick. That's another thing. Do I want to be less of an asshole or more of an asshole going forward in the year 2025? I mean, you get what you give, right? So maybe I shouldn't be an asshole, but I also feel like being indirect, like that's something I'll add. I'll actually add that. I want to be more direct. Maybe that's a boundary. No, it's not. Being more direct. Enforcing boundaries. I've never been one to hold my opinion back to a degree, but I feel like there's often times where I'm dealing with, to people I know, I'm always very upfront and honest. To people I don't know, I kind of hold back a lot. So, yeah, being direct. Okay. So that's it. 2025 goals. Cool beans. We got into it. Okay. Oh shit. Yo, you did comment. What up, Zane? Jesus, dude, I didn't even know you followed me. That's crazy. Thank you so much for checking out the stream, man. It's not quite Hassan Piker level, but you know, we'll get there, man. You know, I don't have a CNN subscription to pull up. So one thing I wanted to talk about, and it's just something that's kind of occurring in my life, and it's a topic that I, you know, had seen online, people commenting saying, should dating be left in 2024? Well, let's dive into the topic of if dating apps should be left in 2024. First off, I'll start by giving my opinion, so I've deleted all dating apps. I left them all in 2024. I'm not on them. I really have no interest in going back on them. we'll see how that goes. You know, it depends. Like when I'm open to, right now, I don't feel like I'm like too open to dating. I would date, but again, I don't want to go through the apps and I don't really want to deal with that. So I'm kind of avoiding that in a sense. But my experience on the dating apps was three things that occurred is lower self-esteem. So I felt like a lower self-esteem, obviously. And you know what? I'm going to be like very self-critical in this moment. I'm going to say this honestly. I don't exactly think that you got to shoot for what you can shoot, right? Like, I don't think like if you see a 10, you know, you got to kind of say, hey, look, you know, am I in good physical shape? Am I like in 10 achievement quality, right? And you have to kind of be honest with yourself in that sense. If what you're like, are you trying to, you know, swing out of your, out of your league? I know it's out of your league, but whatever. If you're trying to swing higher than you can. So I understand that. I'm not in like the best space right now. I'm not in like the best shape. It's definitely understandable that when I see like certain women like that I would be attracted to, that, you know, I'm not exactly in the range, I should say, of being actually attractive to them. And like, that's fair. I understand that. So I can understand. That doesn't mean that I'm not a personable, attractive man. Okay. No. I understand that, but at the same time, I still feel like there's like things I have to offer, right? Of course, like everyone likes to think like that they're, you know, not necessarily the greatest catch, but like that there's good qualities that they can offer people. So, through that, you know, you're obviously not getting what you're trying to get, and that is going to lower your self-esteem, which, you know, again, for me, I'm kind of mature enough to say, hey, I'm not really obtaining what I want. I don't think I'm exactly, you know, I'm not exuding the energy and the looks and everything to obtain what I want. So that's fair. I took that understanding, you know, with a grain of salt, and I moved on. So but like, it's just going to happen to everyone. Your self-esteem is going to get lower. Okay. And you have to think, any moderately good looking women on dating apps are going to be inundated with so many men hitting them up left and right. They have so many people to choose from, and there's going to be so many conversations, and you're competing against that. And when you're competing against that, it's very hard to stand out and even then keep their attention. So, you know, it's kind of just a vicious toxic cycle that you're going to land yourself in. And that's also going to like lower your self-worth, because you know, there's so much going on behind the scenes, right? But the feeling that you're just going to get is, hey, I'm not good enough. I'm not getting recognition. I'm not getting noticed. How can I compete with this? So that's why I pulled myself out. It's like, I don't really care to compete right now. And then I felt like over time, because you're dealing with this lack of self-esteem, you're also lowering your standards. And I think both women and men are doing that. Whether I wasn't seeing, because like everyone does this, when you download a dating app, you delete it, you reinstall it, like, you know, a week later or whatever it is, you delete it, you reinstall it, you try again. I would see there would be women that like wouldn't initially like me or message me or whatever, and then I'd be on there again and they'd reach out. I'm like, oh, your standards have lowered. At least that's how I interpreted it, is that their standards had gone. They're like, maybe I'll give this fucking idiot a chance. That's how I fucking saw it. Maybe they just never saw me before. I'm basing it more on the fact that most people probably see. It's just your standards are kind of going down, and like that, whatever. That's cool that you liked me. Thank you so much for lowering your standards to my level. I really appreciate it. It's not cool, actually. It's pretty bad that you're lowering your standards, and it's good to have standards. However, there's a negative side to that. The thing that comes with dating apps is because like there's so many people in abundance, the grass is greener mentality comes in, where you're kind of chasing that. Oh, I could like that hotter, better looking person could be one chat away. one like away, one swipe away, whatever it is that you're using. Got to get on your Sigma grind. Yes, I do actually have to get on my Sigma grind, Zane. Thank you. Is like, what is a Sigma grind? Like, do I have to define a jawline? Man, congratulations. That's awesome. I didn't know you guys had been together that long. So since 2013. That's amazing. Yeah, man. Honestly, it's something like to definitely avoid. My past 3 or 4 relationships have been from dating apps. It's actually like the only way, unless you're getting set up by like a friend or meeting someone organically, which I did actually talk about my ex with this because she's like the easiest person to talk about and get like a woman's opinion about dating apps. So her points were that they're necessary evil. You need them. You're not going to meet the likelihood of meeting someone offline is very unlikely. And I agree with that to a degree, but I also think it depends on like the scenarios that you put yourself in. You know, if you're going into classes, if you're joining like in the summertime, join a running club, join a sitting club if you can't run, whatever. There's so many like things that you can do, like do yoga. There's so many things where you can put yourself out there to meet people and then kind of try to do that organically. And if you're going to spend money on like a dating app, I mean, the cost factor is still pretty much the same to sign up for like a little class, and most running clubs are free. So, I mean, just try to run. There's a lot of things that you can do in order to meet someone organically. You just have to put yourself out there more, which is the same thing that an app's doing. People have just kind of forgot that. Everyone kind of just boils it down that you need to go to the bar in order to meet someone, which is not the case. Because that's what she said. She also said that, people don't go to bars to meet a potential partner. And okay, sure, whatever. I agree. However, I think that's kind of changed a little bit as well. I think a lot of people are fed up with dating apps. And I did do my research, okay? And they actually found that it declined by 50 million users from 2020 to 2023. Okay, so there is a bit of a decline. A lot of people are kind of saying, I'm not really down for it a little like that much anymore. It feels like admin. Why are people falling out of love with dating apps? In The Guardian. About 1.4 million people in the UK have left online dating scene in the past 12 months. But is this a sign the apps don't work or that people are turning away from dating altogether? Ofcom's 2024 Online Notion report shows that dating app use declined significantly between 2023 and 2024, with a drop of nearly 16% in the use of the top 10 most popular dating apps this year. By the way, and we'll watch a video on this soon, the same company owns fucking all of them. Okay? I want to be very clear. These people are not like, they're not trying to fucking find you your love. Although I know people who are like legit fucking married from dating apps. So like, who the fuck am I to say? But for the most part, I think that there are people that are married and like there are, successful relationships from dating apps because they were so like, let's think in the past 7 years alone, just even longer. Let's go from 2015 to 25, the past decade. In the past decade, dating apps were so prominent in finding a partner, especially throughout the pandemic. You throw that in there. There was no other way to meet someone. So of course there are going to be some successes when we're talking about, like, statistically, we're talking about, hundreds of millions of people. So of course there's going to be a success factor, but I think now that the pandemic's over, people obviously, like, life has reverted back to the way it was prior to 20 whatever. So people are realizing, hey, you know what? This isn't actually what I want. And a lot of, I was reading as well, a lot of women have noted that they feel unsafe on dating apps to a degree. They've encountered scams or what they thought to be a scam, or some kind of predatory messages or something like that, which is why, like, verification is obviously super important. So glad that I never did that on the fucking app. I'm sure I am just on some fucking Reddit forum right now and watch out for this guy, not verified. I could only imagine. So Tinder experienced the biggest loss, with more than 500,000 users abandoning the platform since May 2023. Bumble and Hinge were also hit hard, losing 368,000 and 131,000 users respectively in the same period. According to researchers at the University of Leeds Center for Love, Sex, and Relationships, contributing factor in the decline of online dating could be a sense of detachment from reality and fatigue at the process. Absolutely. And I think like that's where a lot of people that I know that are kind of kiboshing the apps right now is the fatigue. And that's one thing that Medea also noted, is she said that you need patience and energy if you're going to be doing because I get it. You're like a fisherman. Okay. I always equate it to you're a homeless person sifting through the garbage to find something edible to fucking eat. That's my takeaway, but yes, sure. Okay. Like, let's look at it. You're a patient fisherman. You're patiently fishing for the love of your life. Look, it's like I said earlier, if you're already patient and you're willing to put in the energy, then you're willing to put in, it's exactly what I was saying before. You're willing to go into take classes. You're willing to, open your social circle, kind of meet new people that way. And kind of insert yourselves into new groups, new social circles in order to meet someone new. And you're being patient. It's not at the forefront of your mind. Why are you wasting if you're not going to if you're being, how patient are you being, right? Is it to the point that you're neglecting the app? What are you doing? There's a lot of, I get it. It's in the back of your mind, but do you really care? Are you invested? I'm not. When I talk to people on that app, I don't fucking care. Very rarely do I care what you're talking about. And because it's such like base level conversation, and I'm not like that at all. I need a lot more in order to like kind of get me interested, because if you're just, whatever, my favorite color is this, not like we're talking about like that, but for example, I'll just give you a quick example. Like this one girl, I was like, I was talking to her and she was saying about how she moved to a different city. And I asked her, I was like, oh, like, why? Like, I love to hear the slander because the city she moved away from, I'm not a big fan of. So I was like, oh, like, I love slander of said city. Let me hear it. Like, I'd love to hear the juicy goss. And she responded, oh, like that story requires like 3. I know, like, that's like an opening line. Like, oh, do you want to grab drinks? Dude, I already told you I'm fucking drink, but I digress. But she's like, oh, like that story requires like a few hard drinks to talk about. One, fucking weird. Okay. Like how, like what, like, did you cross over the fucking border of North Korea? No, you didn't. Cause that's a different fucking continent. So just tell the fucking story. It's not that fucking bad. Get over yourself. What the fuck are we talking about here? I almost lost my fucking mind. Left her on red. Felt bad for that. Because I told myself I would be honest with people and I'd just be like, hey, I'm not feeling it. At that point, I didn't even know how to respond. I was so like, okay, well, that's fucking weird. Go fucking pound 3 shots and get back to me. What are we doing? I fucking lost my goddamn mind. That's why I'm not on there, man. I don't need that shit in my life. Like, I don't know. I'm just not like that, because for me to tell you a good story, I don't need fucking 3 I don't need 3 hard drinks in my system. I'll tell you a good story because I like telling a story. It's the whole point is we're conversing and you just shut that down because you're like, I need some fucking drinks in my system. I don't know if you thought that was an enticing way to say, ask you on a fucking date. Didn't do what you thought then, chief. Although Medea did add some other points saying in real life, you can tell if there's chemistry. And I agree. Again, through like these very vapid, base level conversations, you're not going to find that typically. And it's all for nothing. Sometimes, don't get me wrong. There are sometimes you meet those people that are very like their communication level is amazing and it just clicks. And like generally those are the people that, few and far, like, let me think. Okay. Out of all the people I dated, so let's take my past 3 relationships. like past 3, whatever. I all met on dating apps. Okay. So past 3, I would say out of those 3 that I dated, let's say maybe 20 communicative people, if that, like very low, like where like the conversation's actually flowing, you're having a good time. And like, even like what I've been hearing about, and like this has happened to me and like it doesn't make any sense, is like, you know, I've had like that experience where the conversation is just flowing, like everything's going so well. And then you're doing FaceTimes and all this shit. And then boom, I don't know if like they get hit by a truck of fucking like anxiety or what. I usually just respect that and like don't, I don't pry, but these people, they just ghost like after like a good month or so of talking, if not like a little longer, and no explanation. And like, that's fine, whatever. Probably something better came along that more aligned with you. Maybe you weren't open to dating. I don't know what it is, but it's a very devastating feeling. And like, that also happens. So that's what I'm saying is like, it's very like, although I've developed relationships, my past few relationships from online dating, from dating apps, the experiences in between to like reach those, like we're talking like the like, if you want to get like really douchey and say like the return on investment is not fucking good, man. The amount of bullshit and time that you have to take in order to like find those matches that are actually of value. And like, look at me now. I mean, this is kind of on me, but you know, all like there's 3 relationships that did not work out. And that was another thing. You know, I have seen videos on the algorithm that they use allegedly for Tinder and certain dating apps. Tinder is the most specific example that I saw. Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, dude, you're especially in Canada. We can relate to that in Canada, trying to get a high paying job. You know, you look at that LinkedIn post and like, there's like over 100 applicants have applied to this job in the past. And like the job posting was 4 hours ago. Yeah. You're just competing with everybody and you're not going to get like, because you're really just being defined by 6, whatever, how many things it is. Like, you know, your 6 photos or fucking 8 photos. I can't remember how many there are. And then your 3 prompts. That's how you're defined. Right. And trying to stand out with that, like, is next to impossible. And I think there's like even a character limit on those prompts where it's like 140. It's like less than what a tweet is. So less than a tweet amount of characters, unless you wrote like a story in each one that continued on, which would be fucked. But I digress. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't think that they need to stay in 2024, but I definitely think that you're going to continue to see the decline going down, going forward for dating apps, 100%. I think because I think people are just kind of done with the process. I did have a video here that kind of looks a little bit more at the inner workings of the whole thing. I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna grab water. Oh, there's no audio. Hold on.
Say you join a dating app because you're on a quest to find love, or just someone to spend time with. You may think you're freely roaming the market. But behind the scenes, companies are creating new paywalls to profit off of what is for some, a shrinking number of paying users. In 1995, Match.com was where you went to meet someone online. At the time of its launch, only 14% of the US had internet access. Today, half of all relationships that started online began on a Match Group platform. The dating app industry is now worth more than $5 billion, with nearly 350 million users across different apps worldwide. But people are getting tired of swiping, and downloads are falling. So, companies are trying to build the next generation of dating apps by adding social networks and AI wingmen.
We can see some backlash against pure dating apps.
Generative AI will fundamentally change how dating online works.
Do I think people will be swiping in 5 years' time? No.
This is the economics of dating apps. Match Group now owns and monetizes a big portfolio of dating apps, including Tinder, Hinge, and Plenty of Fish. Across the industry, there's something for everyone, whether you're looking for a casual hookup, a polyamorous relationship, or someone with facial hair. Most apps today use a freemium model, where part of the platform is free, but you have to pay either a subscription or one-time fee to unlock certain features, like unlimited swipes or new cities. But if companies are successful at setting up a match, they could lose paying customers. So they're trying to get more money out of the people while they're on the apps and keep them around.
And this is where it becomes so scummy. As I said, the same company owns all of them. And so it's like, it's completely in their interest to have an app like Hinge where their whole advertising business model is like the app to be deleted. The app to be deleted because we'll set you up with the love of your life. Fat chance, homie. So it's in their best interest to keep you around longer because you're going to pay more. I was getting into like a little bit of the algorithm that Tinder uses. So it uses the same algorithm as a chess matchmaking game. The algorithm in order to match chess players. So let's say everyone that joins Tinder, they start with a score of 800. So you start with your score of a base 800. The more likes you get, your score goes up. The more not likes, the left swipes you get, the ugly swipes, your score goes down. So the less your profile gets seen. So the higher your score, the more your profile will get seen. So right off the bat, you know, it's the vanity of the app. If you're good looking, you're going to do well. And like, that's fair. And Medea did say it's good that the creeps and like, you know, the not so good looking people will not be shown as much, but like, that's what they want, right? Of course, if I own a dating app, I want all of the hot people to show up first and more, because it's like, oh, look at all these good looking people on our app. Look at the potential of these people you could meet that you would never be able to meet otherwise. But the problem is, and what they were saying, the problem with this algorithm is that obviously it's like only looks based. So if you do get a match, you're really only just matching someone based on, like, most of the time it's just based on looks. And then the other way that the apps work, where like it's saying, oh, like this person's a good match for you, or especially on Tinder and other things, Tinder, especially in Bumble, where they have these interests now that show at the bottom. So it says, oh, you guys can relate over this. And it shows like your similar interests. So what these people were saying as they were explaining the algorithm is that you're essentially just finding, you're dating yourself because you're finding someone with the exact same interest in you. And why they were going over this is they were saying about blind dating versus like when someone sets you up on a blind date, or friends just set you up on a date with someone. When friends are setting you up, they're saying, hey, you know what? I think these two people would work out. You know, they're not like exactly the same, but I think they might balance each other out. Oh, they kind of like this, and they're not entirely similar, but I think that they're going to do well. I think that they'll have chemistry. And that's why those generally have more of a success factor than a date via a dating app. So a little bit of behind the scenes right there of how that works. So, and of course, Medea, she did say that obviously she wants her partner to have some like the same interests as her. And as a woman, as a woman or a man, whatever, I get you want your partner to kind of be interested in what you want. But me personally, I don't want to date myself. Like, I want someone to have their own hobbies and be into their own things. I get that, like, obviously we want some things in common where you like doing certain things, but we don't need to be identical in that sense. So anyway, back to the video.
For longer.
Most dating apps really lock people up in paradox of choice by giving them millions of people to choose from. That's how we kind of make money, is by helping you speed that process up, get more exposure, get more people contacting you, help you sort through those contacts.
But the number of people willing to pay for the world's most popular dating app has been shrinking for 6 quarters now.
we have heard loud and clear that some users, especially the Gen Z cohort, are looking for more from their dating apps.
Tinder has 50 million monthly active users. It brought in $1.9 billion in annual revenue last year and invented the now famous swipe right mechanism. To try and bring in money from users while they are on the app, Tinder currently offers a range of subscription tiers and one-off purchases to unlock things like unlimited swipes and being able to see who likes you.
So they did a really great job for a long time, and I think what's happening right now is that people want to graduate. They'll be on a Tinder, they'll hang out there, that's their go-to, but then they'll look for something else. They'll realize there's a particular thing that they want, and it could be that they want a long-term relationship, in which case they'll go to a Hinge.
Hinge was created in 2012, the same year as Tinder. It was also bought by Match Group. It now has more than 10 million users and an annual revenue of $396 million. This app isn't afraid of losing users. In fact, it's made it part of its marketing strategy. While Tinder has been struggling to retain paying users, Hinge has seen a 31% year-over-year increase in people who pay for the app.
What Match has done quite well is buy other properties that then people will go from a Tinder to one of their other properties. And that's the magic, having a portfolio of dating apps. That's really the idea.
Having a portfolio of idiots who will just keep paying for the same thing with a different wrapping paper. That's what we want. It's fucking, dude, and like this is where it's like super scummy. Like, is there a class action lawsuit? Dude, I watched Legal Eagle. This is off topic. I watched Legal Eagle's video about the class action lawsuit against Honey last night. So like, it's like, dude, will there one day be a class action lawsuit against these dating apps? Basically, what's the word? Like they're like filtering you down into certain, you know, you start at the hookups app, then you start to like, you know, you want to get more serious, so you go to Bumble, and then like you like you know, they're just filtering you down into like this is the app meant to be deleted, so the more energy you put into it, don't worry, it's gonna be deleted. The only thing that's gonna be deleted is your money for paying for that garbage, and it's expensive, man. It's crazy. Like I remember like when I was, this is prior to COVID, I couldn't tell you like over the past, obviously 3-4 years, because I was in a relationship, how much the dating apps have cost. But I could tell you like prior to 2020, they were fucking nowhere near as expensive as they are now. They're like, I think they used to be like $7 a week. I think Tinder's still like $7 a week. But when you get into like Bumble and Hinge, they're like $20 a week. Like $50 a month. That's insane. It's like the inflation of the cost of that is crazy. And you know, it's actually funny. I did see this one TikTok of this dad who's like putting in his credit card because his daughters are, you know, maybe like mid to late 20s, and he's putting in his credit card, and he's like, and they're like, Dad, like we don't want like whatever premium, like the premium service. He's like, no, like I think that, let me tell you, if I was at your age and like I could pay you like the $20 like for the app, I think this is worth it for you to meet the like low. It's like, is it worth it? Because the algorithm's kind of against you. And this is what I'm saying is like, maybe, and it's in their best interest to make the experiences on those, on like on the Tinder, on the Tinder. I'm fucking a boomer now. Exactly. They know people will pay. They know you will pay. And the best part is that if you have a bad experience on this app, you have a bad experience on this app, don't worry, we still have this app. That's supposed to be the be all end all. You're supposed to delete it. And it's kind of scummy. And I feel like there's a class action lawsuit somewhere in there at some point, you know, because you're selling love, but algorithmically, if that's a word, you're selling like false hopes. If there's a class action lawsuit, I would like to be listed as the top person for that so I can get all the money. Please. Don't worry, I'll distribute it a little bit.
Ideal business model.
The companies who don't own a portfolio of different apps are taking another strategy, keeping people online even after they meet someone. Enter Grindr, the so-called gayborhood in your pocket.
One of our straight counterparts kind of classifies itself as like the app to be deleted, right? We are the opposite. We are the app to be kept because people might get into a long-term relationship, but they're still on Grindr very actively. Again, they have friends on Grindr. They use it in all these other ways.
Grindr was originally designed as a casual dating app for queer men based on people's geographic location. It's grown from one of the first mobile meetup apps to a platform of more than 13 million monthly users with $260 million in revenue. To keep users on the app, Grindr is paving new pathways to profitability by developing features around the ways people are already using it, like for gay-friendly travel tips and healthcare information. Kinda like how Uber started as a rideshare business and has expanded into grocery through food delivery. Grindr is building something the company hopes will appeal to their users in long-term relationships too.
We should not build a dating product that is awesome for 2021 or 2022. We should build a dating product that is going to be awesome for 2027. And so our dating product should be AI first.
Online dating companies are sitting on massive treasure troves of data. We can see how people are communicating. We can see who is communicating with who for how long. So to chew on all of that and make sense of it and look for disparate connections and correlations, that's when I think AI can start giving us something interesting.
Grindr has
Okay, but serious question. If we're going to get into the AI conversation, as we just saw recently, that Meta plans to create on both Instagram and Facebook, they're going to create AI users who are going to have a profile picture, a bio, pictures on their profile. They're going to look like a real fucking person, but they're AI. And they're going to interact just like a person would on their platforms. Who's to say with AI that these companies aren't doing the diabolical thing of creating fake profiles via AI that will message you? Because as they just said, that we have all the, like, they're sitting on mounds of data. They know how the conversations interact. They know what, like, how people are talking. It'd be super easy to program like a ChatGPT 4 with that information, and it could have like a conversation with someone. Now that would be nefarious as fuck if they were going to do that, but you never know, right? Because if they just keep the same model where it's like, okay, you have a good conversation, you're talking for about a week or so or whatever, and then it ghosts you, it's still like it's like good for them. It's keeping people on this app. So, I mean, and how would you know? How are you going to know eventually, obviously, like with AI, like even now, some of the photos are pretty good. Obviously you can tell most of the time, but let's just say, you know, this is so diabolical. They get someone to Photoshop the AI generated image. No, they wouldn't go that far. These people aren't going to pay people for that. Fuck that. They're just going to be scumbags altogether. It would not surprise me if they make AI generated profiles in order to boost the numbers and interaction on their platform. That is so mischievous. I did not think about that. Dude, that's fucking evil. Holy shit, dude, leave dating apps in 2024. You've just heard this here. Please, I'm telling you now. Like this is an announcement, okay? We're leaving the dating apps in 2024. Okay, this is a problem. We did not, at first, when this conversation began, this stream, we did not consider the implications of AI in the platform. So that's devastating. That's fucked, man. Hopefully they don't do that, but I could see them doing that.
Partnered with romantic AI company XHuman to develop a digital dating assistant called the Grindr Wingman.
So this is something that is kind of present in your app or in your profile always and makes suggestions to you, right? Like, hey, maybe as you're talking to somebody about meeting them for a coffee, these are the 3 places you could go and do that ad because it's convenient for them and for you geographically. Or this guy's coming over to your house, based on what I know about him and what I know about you, play this music, while you wait. It could be a conversation starter as well. Like, here's some suggestive text of what you could start the conversation with.
There's no official plans yet, but Grindr's AI features could one day go from wingman to actual companion.
Obviously, we want to solve loneliness for people in real life, first and foremost, and that's what Grindr is really good at. But if AI, conversational AI, can be helpful in solving some of that virtually as well, that is something we should think about, right? What direction that will go in, I don't yet know, but it's certainly something we've thought about and we'll continue thinking about and experimenting with.
While Grindr is leaning into AI to retain its audience, Muzz, an app for Muslims, is betting you'll want to stick around even after you get married.
Facebook started as a social network and added Facebook dating.
I'd wondered why I didn't hear about this.
We've got the dating app, if you will, the marriage app, and we're adding the social network afterwards.
Muzz is an app for Muslims who want to get married. It has more than 1 million monthly active users and more than 20 million in annual revenue. There's a ton of different features unique to the Muslim dating experience, including allowing for a chaperone on the app and letting women decide when men can see their photos.
I think one thing that we consciously do is remind ourselves why we exist, and effectively, for me, why we are not a Tinder and a Bumble. For Muslims, getting married, finding your life partner is such a big part of our life, our culture, and even our religion, right? So it's deemed as being half of your faith is in finding a partner.
Muzz says it's facilitated at least 500,000 marriages based on the people who left the app and said they got married. On Hinge, that would mean losing at least 500,000 potential customers. But on Muzz?
One of the interesting things that we launched is effectively a social network for Muslims. And for me, this is looking at, well, how do we help generate more authentic conversations between Muslims?
Younger users gravitate more towards more social apps. It's what they're used to being on all day. So to have something that's social with an element of dating is a good graduation for them.
We started off with Muzz being the app where single Muslims meet, and I think now we're morphing into the app where Muslims meet.
Dude, it is like I'm glad you said it. That's fucking crazy, bro. That app is wild. I mean, like, obviously it works for, like, you know, people that are Muslim, but that's fucking crazy. You can't even, like, see, so, like, it's like a blind, like, because you can't even see the photos, but, like, it's funny, like, how they developed it. It's like, but yeah, like, that's how it would work. Like, if there was, like, arranged marriage or anything like that. That's crazy, bro. It is like a South Park episode. It's like, okay, cool. Or if, you know what's crazy? There's a ton. I've seen so many people that are Muslim on Hinge, so Muzz is losing business, bro.
Bumble is also investing into friendships as a way to keep people on their apps even if they're not looking for love.
This is an ecosystem of human connections and using technology as a bridge to build healthier and more equitable relationships.
Bumble Inc., which owns Bumble, Bumble for Friends, Bumble Biz, Badoo, Fruits, and Official, has 42 million monthly users and a revenue of more than $1 billion. Bumble has positioned itself as the sort of antithesis to Tinder by putting women first. Today, that mission has remained, but it's also investing in friendship apps.
Niche dating apps tend to do a bit better when it comes to the continuity problem. People will tend to stick around on the niche apps because it's they're with their people, right?
Now, a decade into the age of dating apps, these companies are working to capture wider audiences and higher revenue. And your pool of potential matches may be getting bigger and bigger. Say you joined a dating app looking for love. Maybe in the future you find it there. Or maybe the apps help you find a new friend, local tour guide, or even an AI companion.
Fuck the AI. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it makes you find the AI companion. You know what's funny? I love how, like, the Grindr thing is, oh, we're like, dude, any man that I know that has used Grindr, they don't need AI's help, okay? They're looking for that, like, most of the time, like, I mean, then again, like, my like, anyone I've known that used it, like, this is, like, when I was in college and, like, actually associated with more people. But any gay man that I know that was using Grindr, they're just like, yeah, okay, hook up, like, just going, like, they're living, dude. Like, I actually had a chuckle, like, before talking about this. I'm like, would Jeffrey Dahmer have thrived the fuck out of? He would have thrived so hard on Grindr, because, dude, I remember, like, we were on, like, a school trip, And this one guy, like, he just like downloaded the app like that day, went over to like this guy's place, like by the end of the night. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm not judging, like, I don't care, but I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I wish I was that trusting. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. Who knows? So, but this is what I'm saying. Like, Grindr does not need an AI. Like, oh, help me pick. It's like, dude, you know what? They gonna get it. They gonna figure it out. They don't need that AI assistant. And then like the thing that is so stupid as well. Like, yes, please give me this AI assistant to like up my Riz game when I'm texting them on this fucking app, and then I meet them in person and I'm a fucking moron because I don't have the AI wingman. Like, I'm fucking like I got my phone, we're out to dinner, and I'm like, yeah, hold on, just waiting for my AI. Can you say that again? Actually, I'm just waiting for my AI prompt. Oh, by the way, Zane, seeing as you're here, you know, forever and always, man, the Gears of War 2025, man, we're back. E-Day, bitch. Love it. So, yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, if they should stay. You know, maybe I'll get, yeah, you know it, man. So, right now they're staying in 2024. I'm most likely just going to keep them that way. I think as like going forward, I'm just going to join like more, like I said, I'm going to probably go that route of joining more groups, more social circles, more things like that, and just putting myself out there in terms of that. And again, it's not at the forefront of my mind. Like, there's other priorities I have, which is obviously focusing on like my like creative endeavors. Dude, it's so cool that I finally got this fucking chat working on the thing. I love that. And to be honest, like, I think for my next dating adventure, man, like, I would hope to meet them organically. That's my hope, at least. I don't know if I want to do like the whole app thing. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's hard to say because I can't tell, you know, you never know. You're like 4 months down the road, you're fucking down bad as fuck. You're like, ah, shit, man, Tinder ain't bad. I will say, because I haven't used the apps in a minute. So I'm kind of coming back to them now, and I'm seeing all the like Hinge is exactly the fucking same. Shit's not changed at all. It's still like the most plain Jane fucking boring app ever. Like, the only thing fun about it is like you can comment on a lot of shit and like say, like, I usually say the dumbest shit that comes to mind, and I get matches from that. So thank God for my stupidity. And then that lets my personality shine through my stupidity. So Bumble, fucking same shit. Literally, you run out of like likes or whatever, and you have to wait a year to fucking start swiping again. I usually just delete it after that because I'm like, all right, guess this app's fucking expired. And then, but I will say, Tinder has fucking upped the game. A lot of it is like behind premium features, so I can use half of it, but there are so many things, so much information that which is also kind of fucked because like I'm gonna tell you right now, just from like do not give this company, these apps, all that data. Because the amount of information you can put on Tinder now is insane. And it's like amazing from like a dating aspect, but also kind of scary from like, oh, this corporation is just taking in all my information, like all my fucking data. Like, they know how old my dog is or some shit. So it's a little fucking scary in that sense. But I will say, like, they've like, because Tinder's obviously like known as the hookup app, right? And I don't think that's changed just based on like what I've seen on it. But I not to say like there aren't people looking for actual partnership on there, actual relationships, but they've really like their UI has like really upgraded in terms of like what you can put in on that shit. So like I was like kind of impressed. I was like, oh shit, okay, all right, you're actually worth like probably putting, like, if you were really trying to date and like you're agoraphobic or whatever the fuck, and you're not leaving your house and you need to find a way to meet someone and you're willing to pay for the app, Tinder's probably the best way to do it. Maybe I can't be for sure, but that might be the best. It's also the cheapest one. So there you go. I mean, they also have like 50 million packages on that fucking app. Never ending. I don't have my phone set up. I was going to call my mom and ask like her opinion and do the what maybe my mom will know segment. I don't think I have an intro for it. I did. And I deleted it. Maybe I could download it in time. I wanted to make a new one because she wasn't very happy with the one I made. Because it had a very unfortunate photo of her. Which, like, come on, like, it's supposed to be funny. Live a little. Animations and graphics. Let's call it. She's going to say the most out-of-pocket shit ever. I can already tell you this with certainty. I'm going to try to let her know that I'm live, and hopefully she won't say something wild, but she probably will.
Hello?
Hello, Mother. It's Matt. I'm doing my stream right now, and it's live.
Matt, I can't hear you.
Okay. I'll call you back. Okay. So another note is that my mom's super fucking deaf. I actually found that out recently. I knew my mom wears hearing aids. I knew she was deaf. Dude, she only has like, I don't know, like 16% hearing in one ear and like fucking 10 in the other. I'm like, you're so deaf. I feel so bad for you. Usually she's pretty good. She must not have hearing aids in right now or something like that. Cause like they Bluetooth to that shit. So that went about as well as I expected it would go with my mom, with my mom picking up. That's why like I have this segment planned, but I was just gonna like pre-record that shit so you can kind of, yeah, it's a little bit more talk showy, so to speak. So that's something to look forward to for future segments. And then yeah, I think I've covered everything like that I wanted to. Oh yeah, Justin Trudeau was gonna fucking step down as oh shit, what'd I click on? I don't want that. I don't know if Justin Trudeau, did he step down as okay, so yes, it did happen. Justin Trudeau stepping down as a Liberal leader to stay on as Prime Minister for now. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is stepping down as leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, which was a good decision because he fucking needs to. Like he was fighting the inevitable. In a historic announcement outside his official Rideau Cottage residence, Trudeau declared his intention to stay on as PM, as Prime Minister until a new leader is chosen. It doesn't matter. So when are we getting an election? Yeah, this will be interesting. I mean, you know what? We all knew it was going to happen eventually. I mean, as someone who votes Liberal, like he needed to step down. Yeah, we're still dude, we're so fucking cooked. Like Pierre Poilievre is so getting elected. Conservatives are so fucking motivated to vote. They're so motivated. You know, I'll take this time to talk about a really good article. Hold on. So I've talked about it on here before, but if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show it again. The Walrus, you can get a written copy of this. I actually have seen it at Indigo as well, but the Walrus, they did a really amazing piece. If Pierre Poilievre wins and becomes our prime minister, and they went into all different avenues here that it's clickable immigration, conspiracy theories that he's touted, what he said about like reconciliation against Indigenous people of Canada, healthcare, polarization, housing, environment, U.S. relations, media, foreign policy, economy, Canadian identity. There's so many things. I implore everyone to go in and like read stuff like this, like the real fucking journalism, not like those fucking bullshit, like Jordan Peterson garbage. He's not a fucking journalist. It's just, that is pure propaganda. I want people to be fucking I want people to know the difference. Okay. Like that is a like pure propaganda, conservative power for Canada video. Like that is not like, there's no journalistic integrity there. He's not going to ask him hard hitting questions. He is going to ask him questions that make him look better and that are not fact checked at all. So they can say the craziest shit ever. Like that we adopted racism here in Canada. Okay. Sure. Whatever makes you fucking sleep at night, buddy. Yeah, dude, definitely check it out. Fucking sick piece. Like they put in so much fucking work. I implore every single person to check this out at some point. I've tried to get people I know that are voting for Polyev. And like, you know, I'm not going to like go around and like try to change like tons of people's minds and like, you know, you feel the way you feel. I understand it. I know how I was also conscious like the past 5 years. I understand like what has happened to people and their job, like their lives over like the past 5 years from COVID. And I understand like the polarization that like they feel. But don't make this about fucking wokeism. It's not like, it absolutely isn't. The idea that like, you know, liberalism is now wokeism is a farce. Like all we care about is just, you know, like giving a shit about people. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, I've tried to get people to read this and they're not down. And it's like, that's kind of the bubble they want to live in, is they don't want to like actually see the bad that's there. They just want to hear, oh, like less taxes, and like just think me. And like, it's like, oh, that's great. Okay. You're not thinking about it. Like the social services that are going to get cut from that, or the fucking healthcare that's going to get fucked by that. No. Me. Less taxes, me. Fuck you. Okay. That's it. That's what it's all about. It's just about you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to pay 30% of my fucking money towards taxes. Who the fuck does? But I also like really appreciate that I can go to the fucking hospital when I want. And the hospitals suck anyway. Imagine if they start cutting that shit more. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know, whatever. That's how I see it. A lot of my conservative friends, I love you to death, but you're very selfish. And that's, you know, that's what it's kind of turned into with this. So there's that. And then in a little bit of Golden Globes news, I was super happy about Colin Farrell winning for the Penguin. You can like, I want to watch his reaction real quick, because I know like he's like quoted saying like, I can't fucking stand like all the makeup and all the cosmetics that he's wearing. So I think he like gets out. He's like, fuck yeah.
Rip it.
I did it.
Rip it, baby.
I did it. Colin Farrell, the Penguin.
This is Colin Farrell's 4th nomination and his 3rd win.
He's like, oh, fuck yeah. It was worth it. Yeah. His Irish or English. Penguin was so good, man. Honestly, I think it was the best show of the fuck. I mean, Squid Game 2 came in hot. It was such a good late contender. No, I gotta give it to Penguin. Penguin was so good. It was just like that. It's just one of those shows where you're watching Colin Farrell and you're watching I can't fucking remember her name, who plays Sophia Falcone. You're watching both of them and you're like, oh, like this is the snippet, like this little 30-second snippet is what they're going to show at the award show when they're nominated. And you could just see it. And I just thought like the storyline and just showing like what a degenerate and, you know, out for himself piece of shit he is. I don't know. I loved it. Shogun was also amazing. Oh, dude, Shogun was like an emotional, amazing piece. And just from like a filming standpoint and cinematography and everything like that, I think Shogun was phenomenal for that. Obviously, costume design for Shogun was amazing. My only gripe with Shogun, and this has nothing to do with the show, is that the idea, like the book, they just wanted to do one season, like that's all it was. And like now, because of its success, like they're gonna try to do a second season. And although like I'm excited to see like a fully Japanese piece, like, and see the continuation of that, I wish it was just a standalone one season show. And like that's weird because usually as like a person watching the show, you want to be selfish and you're like, yeah, no, I want more. I don't really want more. I don't. I thought everything about that show was just like beautiful in its own right. And it just should just live like that. We don't need to see the rest. But yeah, from a cinematography standpoint, the coloring on that show is downright amazing. I think obviously like the acting is so good. Actually, speaking of Shogun, oh gosh, what's his name? He did win. Shogun. He won for best supporting actor last night at the Golden Globes. Yeah. I'm gonna fuck his name up. Tadanobu Asano. He won for best supporting actor, which he was like great. Like he's so good in the show. Yeah, he played Kashigi Yabushi. I can't say it. Yabushi. He's the guy. Yeah. Zane know. You probably know who he is. Yeah, he was good, and I felt like he got kind of snuffed like last year, like at the award show, because I know Anna Sawai. I can't, dude. He was a great piece of shit. He was just like, you know what I mean, like, but he was like that typical like I'm gonna bounce to wherever like suits me kind of guy, where it's like, all right, I'll show you loyalty because I think you're gonna win. Oh, I think you're gonna lose. I'm gonna go back and show loyalty to this guy. Which was great, you know, and like obviously like he met his demise like in the show, which made it really good, right? So, and self-demise too. Like you're gonna fucking commit seppuku, you fuck. And so that was really cool to see him win. I'm really happy for that because it's like it's well deserved. And but I still think Penguin was better than that. I even like the cinematography on, I mean, HBO like just doesn't fucking miss. I wouldn't say like the cinematography was like astounding, but again, like you have, one thing I will say is that I think it's Greg Ferguson, you know, who did the Batman, where like he was the cinematographer behind the Batman with Matt Reeves, and they're lucky that him and Matt Reeves set the tone for this universe and kind of gave the Penguin this the whole kind of base for what the world's going to look like, the tone and the coloration. So that was really cool to see kind of brought to like a television show. And I think they're doing Clayface next. I think Clayface is going to be a movie. But yeah, I thought Penguin was fucking astounding. The one guy should have got like a good supporting role. The kid who played what's his name? The Penguin. Renzi Feliz. He played Victor. He was great. Like his stutter and like just everything and like his nervousness. He was such a great character in that show. And then I'm not gonna like say any spoilers, but yeah, just what a fucking show. And then it's Christine Milioti. I know she was nominated, but obviously she didn't win for her role. And then Squid Game, dude, Squid Game, like, you know what, like that just goes to show you, actually, you bring up a very good point, Zane. Shogun and Squid Game, okay, like these, like, dude, a Korean film, a Japanese film, or Japanese, like, you know, production, dude, it is like just astounding how bad studios are doing here when you're seeing the level, like I understand that like the budget and everything is coming from Netflix, but you know, we're talking about like a Korean production and a Japanese, and like FX is obviously giving Shogun the money, but like we're talking about like a Japanese production. Dude, the shots, the cinema, like everything about them is so artfully done. It's so like the two heaviest fucking hitters in that aspect, in a cinematography aspect, in a coloring, like just everything about it is coming from a non-North American show. And it just goes to show how fucking lost studios are in the States, where we're producing this overproduced fucking garbage. Okay, Penguin is an anomaly. Like, HBO is of its own. Like I said, like they don't miss. But like other than that, what really, like who, like, I mean, I'm not watching a ton of, like, I don't have Apple TV. I know like they're pumping out good shows, but I just personally think that we need to cut like the shit with like these studios like in North America. Like for like my biggest, most recent example is the new Happy Gilmore trailer. I'm gonna pull that up. I think I did talk about this at one point, but I just want to like go over this, and like we can go back and like look at screenshots of the original, and you know, it wasn't like this world-class film. It's just like a fun like Adam Sandler movie, right? But again, like, and I don't get me wrong, I know camera quality and like, you know, things have improved since then, but why aren't you just giving it like this kind of, I wouldn't call it a washed look. It's just a natural look. Just let's wash to what, like, I guess, you know, movie studios are producing these days. Like instead you get this fucking super over, like this super saturated, like, what is this shit? Like, why does it look like this? Why is the fucking color so vibrant? I hate it. It is so fucking polished to the point that it looks like a fucking commercial. And I fucking hate that. Like, it looks like he's gonna advertise Bud Light or like a Volkswagen mid fucking shot. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's great to see you back, Mr. Gilmore.
Yeah, baby!
We've only just begun.
And like, in my opinion, like this is what like American studios are pouring out, like just garbage like this that doesn't look like that great. It's like, give it, like, film it on a like, no, because that's bullshit. Because you know what, I don't give a fuck. You could film this on a Sony Vegas. You could film it on an Arri Alexa, like, and you could give it like that authenticity. You know what? Do what fucking 28 years later just did. Film it on a fucking iPhone. Give it, like, that's perfect. You know, think about it. POV, like, not POV, but like, think about like filming this movie on an iPhone instead. What do a lot of golf shots, a lot of golf videos coming out, like, what do they look like? Well, they're fucking like fans, like filming like certain things happening. You know, like, even you watch, like, you're watching the PGA Tour and shit like that. It does not look like that, man. It is not. Like, and golf is like such a fucking high-tech sport, and it's like still like not like crazy tech, like, or crazy high resolution. Obviously it's 4K, but like, think about what the greens look like. They're not like, it doesn't look like that. And that's where it kind of pisses me off. Like, we're going into like this overproduced garbage, and we need to kind of move away from it. We need to chug away from that, bro. But that's my little rant about film production. I still say one of the best shots in film and TV this year was in Squid Game season 2, episode 1. Also, if you're wondering what was playing behind me this whole time, it was The Meg 2. Terrible movie that no one should ever watch. But you know what? Jason Statham just has chugga chugga. Oh, yo, what's up, Dan? Jason Statham just has a place in my heart. You know what movie I gotta watch, and I'm actually gonna watch it, is the Beekeeper. I'm gonna watch The Beekeeper. I'm the Beekeeper. Jason Statham, and I'm the Beekeeper. And I guarantee that movie's fucking terrible. Nosferatu was good. Nice. I think my buddy's going to see that tonight, actually. I'll have to ask. He's my go-to movie aficionado. So I gotta check that out. Thank you, Dan. Really? Yeah, Robert Eggers is that's who did yeah, Robert Eggers is man, like his cinematography is also great. Like obviously like The Northman, such a creative movie. In The Lighthouse, I haven't seen it. Obviously, I've seen like a ton of fucking parts from it, and just like an insane fucking movie, but like very creative, like in the black and white. And then The Witch is obviously amazing. And then the Northman I actually tried to watch recently. I like the storyline, like all of it, like it just wasn't for me. I couldn't get into it. I do plan on watching it again. Yeah, he doesn't miss like with doing like good niche films. Like I think Nosferatu, like my I hear Lily Rose Depp is good in it, but since she did The Idol, man, which is just like the biggest blight on HBO, I'm like, oh god. And then I hear like there's like some like suck dick scene or something, like something about like fucking Nosferatu. I don't know. Is there some scene about like some sexuality in Nosferatu? I don't know. I don't want to be like, dude, what am I watching? Sometimes I do that. She was good. Okay. I'll take your word for it. It does look great. Like, just like, dude. Yeah. Like that coloring and everything like that. I was watching, just to go back. Can I open this? Can I play this full screen? Just to show this full screen, like this shot, like I love like good, like hues of light. Like I love that. I was watching, I like typically, in the holiday season, I'm doing, the Harry Potter marathon, and I've noticed this before, and I think like when I was younger I didn't really like it, but the Half-Blood Prince, like it has like this fucking hue to it throughout the movie. I don't know if it'll show it, but it's like, it's so good. Like this vivid effect where it gives like these hues around like the characters and everything. I don't remember what it's called. Like I would know like the effect it would be called in Adobe, but like this right here, like look at that fucking shit. That's a terrible quality fucking photo, but you get the gist. That color correction on that fucking movie is like the best out of the entire fucking franchise. You actually see everything in the scene so well. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. Fucking Game of Thrones in that nighttime scene. I actually recently watched, like, I watched that recently, funny enough. And it's so bad. It's like god awful. Yeah, I don't know what happened with like light. Like, I appreciate it. Like, you see people critique it though. You watch like movies from the 90s and the early 2000s, and they say like, oh, they knew how to like light a night scene better. Is it better? I can't remember. But you see people critiquing that all the time. Like for example, I was watching The Rings of Power recently, and yeah, the silhouettes, exactly, right? Like that silhouette, like that outline on it is so fucking good. Like it just looks so great. But The Rings of Power season 2, where Gandalf is walking through the desert, and it is nighttime when I think when he actually goes out to find the halflings. And like I was like, you know what? This is a well lit, like I can actually see him. I can see his fucking facial expressions. Like I love it. So it was super nice like to see that. And that would have been so like that's pretty cool. Especially obviously like he's a vampire, right? So it's got to be like at night. So like I mean like that's crucial. Nothing worse, man, than like what's going, especially when you're trying to watch one of those movies and like the glare on the fucking TV in the day, like you can't even watch it in the daytime because like the glare. Like if you watch that Game of Thrones episode in the daytime, you might as well just fucking turn the TV off. There's no point at all, man. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, I really should go watch. It's so fucking funny, like how a lot of people didn't know about Nosferatu coming out. Like unless like you are interested like in film or yeah, just kind of movies in general. But I said, I remember Christmas Day, my mom was like, maybe we should just go to the show and like see a movie. What's playing? I'm like, Nosferatu. We should go see it. She's like, what's that? I'm like the movie about like Dracula, Nosferatu. It's like Robert Eggers' remake. She's like, oh, I don't want to watch that. I've never heard of it. And I'm like, okay. Glad I asked. So I should go see it though. Like I said, my friend who's going to see it tonight, he's my fucking film aficionado. He's like who I would go with to watch like all that, like any kind of movie like that was coming out. We would just meet up and go. And since I moved, I haven't been able to go fucking do that. So I'm a lack of movie watching guy. Even though the fucking theater's down the street, I really should go and just peep and then do reviews of movies as well on this channel. You know, because I got to generate content. That's what it's all about, you know? So. Oh, shit. Tom Holland and Zendaya are engaged. Kevin Feige fucking running with a pair of scissors to cut off his nuts so he doesn't have a kid so he can keep playing Spider-Man for the rest of his life. No, thank you, Zane. I have a few good ideas every now and again. Yeah, no, well, it's like, I don't know if you ever watch like Moist Critical or whatever. He does it really good. Like he's really good at obviously like content creation. Just seems to be like that guy's whole fucking like existence, but he's very good at it. And like where he's got his film reviews, he does like his moist meter and everything like that. So I really should, like, I just live down the street from Cineplex, so I should probably just like jot down there, eat movies, and just, you know, post the video reviews because I actually enjoy that shit and I have a lot of fun with that. Although, man, there's like, it's funny because like he's a good example because he'll go watch like cringe movies like Kraven the Hunter. Dude, I don't know if I have it in my soul to spend the like $17 on a ticket to go watch Kraven the Hunter. I don't know, like it's kind of deterred me from going. It's like like I'll wait till that's on streaming. That mentality sucks, but that's kind of where I've gotten. Like for Nosferatu, I'm like, I'll just watch it on streaming. But I should go see it on the big screen. I don't do that enough. It's funny, like I like went like 2 or 3 times and watched Dune 2 in theaters. And I can't remember if I've gone back. I can't remember if I've gone back since then, man. What am I doing? No, I definitely have. Oh, I saw Alien Romulus in theaters. That was fucking great. One of my favorite scenes in all the Alien movies in that. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I fucking love that. There's like a scene where like the anti-gravity thing, like all the acid blood is like there. I don't know why. I was like, dude, why haven't they done this in any other fucking film? Like that's sick as fuck. So we've had countless number of those fucking Alien movies now. So nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Eddie Alvarez is great. He did Evil Dead Rising, I'm pretty sure. And or Evil Dead Rise, sorry. Is that Fede Alvarez? No. I thought it was. What did Fede Alvarez do? What am I thinking of? Oh, he did do Evil Dead. He did Evil Dead 2013. Oh, that's my bad. And he did Don't Breathe. Yeah. God, I love films. They're so good. What's the next, like, what's the upcoming 2025 films? I think like the next big release would be like the new Captain America movie or whatever. 2025 films coming out. Superman, obviously, but that's time away. Yeah, so we just saw Happy Gilmore 2, don't care. Superman, fuck yeah, I'm jacked up as fuck for Superman. Superman's gonna be awesome. I mean, like I think I did make a stream and I deleted it or something, but like I watched the Superman trailer and James Gunn is like, he's just, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like one of my favorite, like obviously an amazing trilogy, but just like the first one alone is like one of my favorite Marvel movies. And I just know he's gonna kill it with Superman. It's just actually, at least I'm hoping so. Happy Gilmore, don't care. Jurassic World Rebirth, who fucking, like, dude, they're just milking that one. Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg is a flight risk. I like the like poster of this. It's fucking hilarious. Like a fucking 90s. I like it. It's like a 90s early. That's cool. Y'all, dude, holy shit. Y'all need a pilot. It says that. Directed by Mel Gibson. Dude, this is so Mel Gibson coded. Mark Wahlberg, Flight Risk. Y'all need a pilot. That's so fucking good. Holy shit. Sorry, Chippy. I scared the fucking dog. Banging my table. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. This might be one of the best posters put out in a long time. Down to fucking, I'm gonna see it just for that. That's hilarious. Don't even know what it's about. A pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tension soars and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem. Captain America Brave New World. I don't care. I'm so fucking over the whole Marvel thing. I'll wait for reviews and then maybe I'll check it out. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make my own review and then I'll go see it. There's another Wicked movie? Oh. You want to talk about fucking color correction? That shit was fucking god awful from what I've seen. 28 years later. Not color correction, like color grading. 20 years later, I'm 100, like, I'm so sold on this movie, and like the fact that it's filmed on iPhone. People keep like getting mad at me. Like I've debated with so many people about this, and they're like, "Oh, but you're using like $100,000 lens on it." It's like, yeah, motherfucker, because like, why are they gonna use the built-in lens? The idea, and then I'm gonna fucking like say this with my chest at the camera. The whole fucking point is the fact that the brain of the camera is a fucking iPhone. Just like instead of this, like if you've ever seen even a fucking FX6, they're like fucking this fucking big, man. That's how big the body is. It's like fucking big. It's like a big chunker. Okay. An Ari Alexa is fucking huge. Okay. You know, I don't know how big a Sony Vegas is, but they're about probably like the same fucking size. Okay. And they film this and like the brain, the mechanics, like everything that goes into this, into like those amazing cinema movie cameras, like there's so much tech in them. The fact that like to the point that they're like just the body is worth like $100,000. Okay. Now they're filming that on a $1,400 fucking iPhone. That's fucked. Fucked. All right, keep going. Snow White, don't care. I'm excited for the memes and like the like absolute just like destroying of Gal Gadot though on the film that will ensue. How to Train Your Dragon. I'm still so pissed that they are remaking this Why? No one needed this. Fantastic Four, 100%. I'm sold. I'm going. The casting was phenomenal. I'm going. The costumes look great too. Wolfman. Saw a trailer for Wolfman the other day. Looks fucking great. Like, it looks like it has potential. Thunderbolts. It's a maybe. I don't know. I'll probably go see it, but we'll see. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Definitely going to go see it. Tom Cruise is a fucking madman. Love it. Den of Thieves 2. Not going to see it. Never saw the first one. Don't care. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That's fuck no. Lilo and Stitch. Again, slap in the face. It's like, let's make this animated cartoon movie into fucking movie with CGI. Stupid. Frankenstein. Didn't know they were making that. Minecraft movie. No. Michael. No. Ballerina. Will I go see Ballerina? Maybe. That's like the John Wick spinoff. Maybe. I hate that again. Like, they're just milking the originality is dead. Karate Kid Legends. Nostalgia. Maybe I'll go see. Probably not though. Mickey 17. Dude, Mickey 17 absolutely. That's Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite. And then he's got Robert Pattinson. I'm definitely gonna go see it. Looks amazing. Well, I say it looks amazing. It looks like a super interesting concept where he keeps dying and he just gets like cloned again or made again. Oh, the Avatar Fire and Ash is coming out this. I'm fucking down. I like number 2. I thought number 2 was fucking amazing. It looked amazing. They're making a Bridget Jones movie in 2025, eh? Everyone in that movie, like the original cast, must be so old. Holy shit. My mom will love that. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else that is just jumping out at me. Tron. I forgot they were making another Tron movie. Okay. Well, that's it. That's what I'm excited for 2025. What out of all of them, what am I most excited for? Probably Mickey 17. If I'm being 28 years later. Just because I'm such a fan of the franchise. And the fact that Cillian Murphy signed on, which means that the script is good because he's like all about script. So pretty fucking stoked for that. Anyway, guys, I just want to say this. I'm at hour and 55 minutes in. This is my longest stream I've ever done in my life. So I just want to thank Zane and Dan. Zane, especially you fucking commenting, being here. I'm going to be live again on Wednesday. I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I feel like popping on in between, it might be that. But right now I'm just going to keep it to those 3 days so I don't fail. It's part of my 2025 goals. And then I will be chopping this up and posting videos as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and interacting. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a bomb day and that it continues just to be good. And yeah, I'll hit you up on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.